Welcome back, my darlings, to another juicy episode. Now, confession time. I am a little bit nervous about today's podcast because this episode is going to be a little bit controversial. I have touched on it in interviews. It's something I always get asked about. And I do think we just need to clear the air and just be honest. Cards on the table. Let's speak the truth. Are you ready? So, the topic today is religion. Now, how does religion fit in with a psychic gift and spirituality? Now, you may or may not, depending on what religion you are, what beliefs you have, aware of what people think about spirituality, psychics, mediumship, and all of that comes with it. Depending on what religion you are, you'll have different beliefs. And I just want to say before we get into this is not meant to cause a barrage of hate or upset or in any way, any disruption to anyone. So full disclaimer, I'm saying this to help people, and it'll become more clearer as we carry on through this podcast why I'm actually saying it and why I'm being so open. So please don't come at me. I'm coming with good intention, and I really hope this helps so many of you. So going back, I am actually a Roman Catholic, Irish Roman Catholic family. I was actually brought up in that religion, that faith. We went to Mass regularly. I've had my Holy Communion. I've done all the things. And I actually went to a convent Catholic all-girls school. So my Catholic faith has been quite strongly drilled in throughout my whole life. Now, I love the church. I love religion. I love God. And I actually still to this day, carry rosary beads around with me everywhere I go. So the faith's never really left me. And I do believe that you can have faith and you can be a psychic and you can connect to the other side and you can listen to spiritual guidance and be connected to the universe and everything else. And I'm going to explain how and why I feel that the fear that is projected out through different religions and why they feel so strongly on it, why it's actually so profound. Like I say, I'm a little bit nervous about this because I really don't want to cause anyone any offense. And I actually really like a lot of religions. I really respect some of their views and I find it fascinating. And I love going to different places of worship and experiencing the different energies and being respectful of their views. So let's get on with it. Okay. So growing up as a Catholic and a psychic, I was terrified. I was terrified because when I went to sleep when I was younger, I'd have every spirit known to man, every spirit in my room. It was like the hive of, if you can imagine Piccadilly Circus, that was my bedroom full of spirits. It was terrifying. I had no way of controlling it. I didn't understand what was actually happening to me. And I was too scared to sleep. Like it was such a dark time. And I carried that trauma. And I'm saying trauma, it was trauma for many, many years. Now, I can hear you now saying, but if spirit is so wonderful and if they're so amazing and you're so connected to them, why would you be going on about it now? Like, why weren't you back then a little bit more like secure? Why weren't you looked after? And why were the bad spirits there? Why was there so many? And the reason for that is because I had no idea how to connect to higher, pure light. None whatsoever. I didn't know how to disconnect from spirit. I didn't know how to protect my energy. I was a young child, so I was just open with all 5 senses activated. Now, the reason that doesn't happen to everyone and every child is because not every child has all 5 senses activated, and I did naturally. So I was wide open as anything. I might as well have been in the roughest area that you could ever imagine with my front door wide open, with the crown jewels on the driveway, going, just coming in, take it. That's exactly how it was to spirit. The invitation was just too tempting for them because everything was open. So I was attracting lower vibrations and it was awful. It was really awful. So my only solace back then, the only way I ever felt like I could actually breathe or safe is like in a church. So can you imagine how torn I was as a child? So back then, I used to go to church because that was the only place I actually felt safe, yet the scriptures and the Bible And the words coming out of the priest's mouth were very much like, if you are seeing ghosts or if you are connected to darker energies, then you're the devil. You have the devil inside of you. You have this, this, and this. And I'd be like, ah, literally crying and get taken out. And then also completely conflicted because I felt safe. So at the same time, I got two very, very conflicting energies going on. And it was just awful, so awful. And it was sad because recently I've just come back from a trip to Vienna and we went into a church because I always go and see a church every city I am ever in, everywhere we go. And I walked in and I saw the holy water and I was like, put the holy water on me. And I said to the person I was with, I used to buy this with my pocket money because by the gallon, like I when I tell you I went through holy water, like now I would perfume, like literally, I would douse myself with it at night. My bed was all wet. I'd throw it all over myself. And so the only way I ever felt safe was the holy water. And obviously it didn't stop the spirits coming through, but it gave me a tiny bit of hope. It gave me that tiny bit. So you can see how deeply connected I was to both energies, to spirit and also to my faith. I believed my faith would save me. I believed that even though they were telling me it was the devil, that God had come. God had saved me somehow. Somehow he would see that I'm just a little girl and come and save me. It was just too much. So forgive me if I get a little bit ratty now when I go through, I've been through all that for years. Forgive me if I get a bit ratty when I post something on social media and then I get a barrage of the scriptures in the Bible. People, please. You have no idea. You have no idea what I've gone through. So on top of all that, I had an Irish Catholic old generation family. So you can imagine if you're from that faith, you'll understand. They'd say she sees things. She's got some sort of energy within her. And I'd hear this as a child. And again, they were saying it to try and help me and to help my parents. But nobody really knew what to do. Nobody knew how God could save me. I didn't know how anything could save me. And spirit were just having a free-for-all with every open energy. So I had no idea that there was light and dark in what I was connecting to, that there was actually a light there. There was actually a hope. There's actually a purity. If only I'd just hung on and known that. And now this is where it gets controversial because I'm going to say this and don't come for me. But then also, I just want you to know. So I wouldn't be saying it if I didn't want to. There is light and dark in religion. There is. So God didn't put us all on this planet to be forced to believe one thing. You've got the right and free will to believe in spirit if you choose to. You've got the right and free will to believe in a God. Whatever that God is for you is right for you. So this is why I respect all faiths. And I love how certain faiths have certain traditions and there's certain things they do. You know, I was recently in Dubai and it was Ramadan and I loved how all the families were together and they were waiting until the sun had gone down before they could eat. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And I was like, look at all the families, look at them all together, look at the love. The call to prayer is just like the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. And so there's so many good things that can come from religion. It can bring people together. It can be powerful. It can give you hope. You know, when those times are really hard, what do we all do? We pray. You know, when I was in New York and I went to visit the 9/11 museum, which I don't recommend if you're psychic, it's awful. But one of the things they did was they play the tapes of the people on the plane. Now, the people on the plane that had rang loved ones, that had kind of recorded somehow their voices. And it is shocking. It really is, those messages. Like, it really goes straight to your heart. Like, I can't even now talking about it makes me a little bit. Actually, if you scroll through on YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, there's a video. Ignore my hair because back then I wasn't stylish. But if you go and watch it, you'll see the emotion in my eyes. I actually did a short video on it. But anyway, like, you can hear how they're praying. They're praying because what else have you got in that moment? What else have you got other than faith? So religion can bring so much joy to people, so much like connection, so much joy and so much hope, and so I can't find the words, but so much. It can be that thing that anchors you into earth and just helps you in that second, just for a moment, to give you that lift that you need. And it's there. It's a powerful energy. God is real in whatever capacity you believe. But then there's also the dark side, the extremity. And the extremity is when people use it for personal gain, to manipulate, to cause power in the power, whatever they want power in, to cause bullying, to benefit them. And you know what? There's spirits like that. There's spirits that are on the other side like that. So like I said, I'm not saying here that spirit are the be all and end all, even though my guides are, and that religion's not like awful. Like, I'm still religious. I still have faith. I still pray. I still love God. I still go and visit church. And I also connect to spirit. And I also accept that I'm a psychic. And I love being a psychic. And I'm proud to say I am. And I'm not going to hide it anymore, because the devil might be inside of me. I'm not going to hide who I am. And neither should you. So you can have a faith regardless of what your strict religious background is. And the reason I'm saying this is because I receive a lot of messages, and a lot of clients of mine have been scared to activate their spiritual abilities because of their family members upsetting the churches they're connected to, feeling like they're letting people down, or that it's the devil's work. So many people. And you know what? Those people sit on those beautiful gifts. They sit with wide open energies because they don't know how to protect themselves. So empathetically, they're absolutely drained. They don't know how to function in a group. They don't know how they can protect their energy. They feel so overwhelmed, and they're going through everyday life feeling that because they're too scared to understand a psychic ability that they've got and to accept it. So God is good. God is great. And the more that you establish your grounding roots into what you believe, and I really want you to question that. You know, what do you believe? Just because you've been brought up to believe one way doesn't mean you have to hold that. There can be other things for you. You know, I've seen people in their adulthood get baptized. I've seen people change faiths. I've seen people like add different faiths and different types of prayers and different types of rituals into their life, because you've got the freedom to choose. You've got the freedom to decide what's right for you. And any religion that allows you to be freely you and connect is beautiful. Because without religion, without faith, what have we got? What have we got? We've got nothing. So you need to have faith. You need to believe in something that's right for you, whether that be the universe, whether it be spirit guides, whether it be that cherished loved one you've lost that's now on the other side, whether it be guardian angels, whether it be God, whatever religion you are in, just have faith and own it. Own who you are and use it with the purest and best of intention. Use it when you need to. Practice it when it feels right for you. But remember, there's light and dark in everything, and you having spiritual connection and you speaking to your guides and me sharing this work out there bravely, might I add, bravely, I used to hide under my bed. Like, I used to literally hide under my bed from spirit. I used to be terrified. And often I go back to that little girl lying in the bed. And I was a bit of a chubber back then, but I'm surprised I fitted in the bed. But anyway, I go back to that little girl in the bed and I tell her, don't be scared. It's okay. One day you're going to be publicly online. One day you're going to share to everybody. You're going to tell everyone and own who you are. All of this that's going on now is part of a bigger picture. It's meant for a bigger reason. And she'll be protected. And she's loved. And she'll go on to love so many people in this world. And she'll go on to share her gift proudly. And I will continue to do that. No matter how many times people try to bring it down, trying to speak trash about my guides, I will still shine. and I'll still show up because it's important that we have people in these roles. And it's important that we own whatever faith we believe in. So I'm telling you here now, I believe in God. I'm a Catholic. I'm quite happy and proud about that. And I also believe my spirit guides the universe, the forces of the highest and purest intention. And you've got the right within you to believe exactly what you want to believe. I'm not here to convince you, just here to remind you you've got your free will. And I really, really pray that each and every one of you finds that power within you. Which leads me beautifully on to our feather. If you've been watching my podcast for a while, you know that every episode I gift to you an energy, a sense, a word, a phrase, something that's gifted to you with my feather. So here we go. I'm placing the feather. If you can't see me, it's going on my palm. We're going to say, forces of the highest good and intention of purity and light. Please give my audience now, and anyone listening to this, any time frame, the confidence and power to believe in themselves, to believe in their free will, to find faith in whatever form they find faith, and to find confidence to own what they believe in. May they be blessed always. May they see the light always. We love you. Thank you so much for listening to this. I hope you felt the emotion, and I really hope you find peace with it. I'll see you back for another episode shortly. Lots of love.